Assalamu alaikum, dear students. We are discussing the journal, and in previous lectures we discussed the concept of journal, and we also discussed the types of journal entries. And there are various types of journal entries, and we have discussed three of them: the simple entry, compound entry, and the opening entries. Today we will be carrying it on. Today we will be discussing the other types. The fourth type of journal entry is transfer entries. Transfer entries. We have discussed simple entry, compound entry, and opening entries. Now we will be discussing the fourth type, that is the transfer entry. The concept of transfer entry. Transfer entries are made, or transfer entries are done at that time when we have to transfer an amount from one account to another account. When we have to transfer an amount from one account to another account, at that time we are subject to do the transfer entries. Transfer an amount from one account to another account. For example, transfer an amount from machinery account to building account, from building account to furniture account. When we have to transfer amounts from one account to another account, at that time we will have to do what? Transfer entry. We will have to do transfer entry. These entries are done at that time. Usually these entries are done at that time when we have done wrong booking. When wrong booking has been done, when wrong booking has been made, at that time usually which sort of entry is done? Transfer entry is done. Now, for example, to understand it clearly, let us take an example. For example, we purchased, or Mr. X or Mr. whosoever purchased machinery for rupees 30,000 and furniture for rupees 20,000. For our example, Mr. X or Mr. Y Z, or we purchased machinery for rupees 30,000 and furniture for rupees 20,000 for our business. This is a transaction. If we do the entry for this transaction, the correct entry will be machinery account debit. Machinery account debit. For example, we did this entry 1st January 2019. We did this transaction on 1st January 2019. On 1st January 2019, we purchased machinery for rupees 30,000 and furniture for rupees 20,000. If we have to do the journal entry for this, after analyzing this transaction, we find out that we should do a compound entry, because there are more than two accounts involved in this transaction, and it has both these transactions have these are basically, actually these are two transactions: a transaction for machinery and a transaction for furniture. But these transactions have happened simultaneously at the same time on 1st January 2019. More than two accounts are involved: cash account, machinery account, and furniture account is involved. So we can do a compound entry for it. if we have to do a journal entry for this transaction, how we will do it? Let us write it here. Machinery account debit 30,000, furniture account debit 20,000. You know that why I debited machinery account, why I debited furniture account. You already know that both these accounts are real accounts. Debit what comes in, credit what goes out. Machinery comes in, furniture comes in, so we give debit to both these accounts, and credit what goes out, cash goes out to cash account. Total cash goes out rupees 50,000. This is the correct entry. This is the exact entry that we will have to do for this transaction. But for example, at the time of booking, this is, I write this here roughly. I didn't prepare a journal of 5 columns. You will have to prepare that, but for our understanding, I wrote it here roughly. So, machinery account debit, furniture account debit, and to cash account 50,000. This is the exact entry that we will have to do. But for example, we did a wrong entry for this transaction. We did wrong booking. We made wrong booking for these transactions. What we did? We debited a whole amount in the machinery account. Machinery account debit 30,000 plus 20,000, whole amount. We debited this whole amount to machinery account and credited cash account to cash account 50,000. We debited whole of this 50,000. We have purchased machinery as well as furniture at the same time, and the total amount that we have to spend on both these items comes out to be 50,000 rupees, and we paid this 50,000 to cash account. But we debited this whole amount to machinery account. Now we have done wrong booking here. We can call it wrong booking because we have debited whole amount to machinery account. Now the whole amount is debited to machinery account, but what should we have done? We should have debited furniture account 20,000 and machinery account 30,000 as I did earlier. The correct entry I did earlier. We should have done like that, but the accountant has debited whole amount of rupees 50,000 to only machinery account, leaving the furniture account or omitting the furniture account. So now what we will have to do? We will have to transfer rupees 20,000 from this machinery account and debit that amount to furniture account. We will have to transfer this from the out of this 50,000 rupees. We will have to transfer rupees 20,000 from this machinery account to furniture account. So for that purpose, we will have to do a transfer entry. Now when we will have to do the transfer entry, how we will do that? We will do that furniture account debit rupees 20,000. Furniture account debit rupees 20,000. We debit this furniture account rupees 20,000. But from where we got this 20,000, we transferred this 20,000 from machinery account to machinery account. 20,000. From machinery account, we took away this 20,000 out of this 50,000 because this 50,000 comprises of 30,000 of only 30,000 of machinery and 20,000 of furniture. We had done wrong booking here. To rectify that wrong booking, to correct that mistake, we did the transfer entry. We transferred from machinery account rupees 20,000 to furniture account rupees 20,000. Earlier we had debited 50,000 rupees to machinery account. So this time when we do the transfer entry, we are crediting machinery account 20,000 and debiting this 20,000 to furniture account. Because credit what goes out, 20,000 will go out of this machinery account and debit what comes in furniture account, and this 20,000 will come in to this furniture account because both accounts are real accounts. This is how a transfer entry is done. When we have wrongly debited some amount in some account, we should later on credit it through the transfer entry, and when we have credited it, we should later on debit it and credit to the appropriate account. So this is how the transfer entries are done, and this is why the transfer entries are done. When we have done the wrong booking earlier, for that purpose, for transferring the amount from one account to another account, we do the transfer entries. This is the concept of transfer entry. Now, the fifth type of entry is the closing entries. Closing entries. The fifth type is closing entries. Closing entries are those entries which are done at the time of closing the nominal accounts and transferring the balances of those accounts to the trading and profit and loss account. You know that what nominal accounts are, what is their classification, what rules are followed at the time of classifying nominal accounts. You know that the rule for nominal accounts is debit all loss and expenses, credit all gains and incomes. You know that in nominal accounts, losses, expenses, gains and incomes are covered, classified. So you know that why nominal accounts are called nominal accounts. Nominal accounts are called nominal accounts because these are temporary in nature. Why these are temporary in nature? Because at the end of the financial year, at the end of the accounting year, these accounts are closed and their balances are transferred to trading and profit and loss account in order to find out the net profit or net loss of a business, or we can say that in order to find out the results of a business. You know that in nominal accounts, revenues and expenses are covered. Nominal accounts are accounts related to revenues and expenses. At the end of an accounting period, at the end of a financial year, the revenues are matched with expenses. The revenues are matched with the expenses of a business in order to find out whether revenues are greater than expenses or whether expenses are greater than revenues, in order to find out whether there is a profit or loss. So these revenues and expenses are compared in an account which is called trading and profit and loss account. So at the end of an accounting year, we close the nominal accounts and transfer the balances of those accounts to trading and profit and loss account. And with the help of that trading and profit and loss account, we come to know about the profit or loss of a business. So closing entries are those entries in which we transfer the balances of nominal accounts to the trading and profit and loss account. Or we can say that closing entries are those entries which are done at the time of closing nominal accounts. Nominal accounts are those accounts which are related to revenues and expenses. You know that in nominal accounts, what is covered, which accounts fall under the category of nominal accounts? Revenues and expenses. Revenues and, let us take it, revenues and expenses. Gains, incomes, losses, expenses. Revenues and expenses fall under the category of nominal accounts. For example, revenues. Examples of revenues. Rent, commission, discount, dividend, etc. These are examples of revenues. Expenses, salaries, taxes, rent, etc. Rent paid is an expense, rent received is an income. So these are revenues accounts and these are expenses accounts. You know that under nominal accounts, all the revenues accounts are given, debit all loss and expenses. Revenues accounts are given credit, and all the expenses accounts are given debit. Debit all loss and expenses, credit all gains and incomes or revenues. So earlier when we record the expenses, what we give to these expenses at the time of recording these expenses in the journal, we give debit to these expenses, and at the time of recording revenues in the journal, we give credit to the revenues. You know that at the time of recording these revenues and expenses in the journal, first time, what we do, we give debit to expenses and credit to revenues according to rule, according to traditional as well as modern approach. Now at the time of closing these revenues and expenses accounts and transferring the balances of these accounts to trading and profit and loss account, what we give opposite to these accounts. We give debit to revenue accounts and credit to expenses accounts. You know that, for example, salaries account is an expense. Salaries account is an expenses. For example, there is a transaction paid salary to Mr. or paid salary rupees 30,000. This is a transaction. At the time of recording this transaction in the journal, what we have done at the time of recording this transaction in the journal, how we have recorded it in the journal, we have recorded it as such: salary account debit 30,000, debit all loss and expenses. This is an expense here. Salary paid is an expense, so debit all loss and expenses. Salary account debit 30,000, credit for to pay the salary. What we paid? We paid cash to cash account 30,000. Credit what goes out? Cash account is a real account. For example, this is a transaction paid salary rupees 30,000. When we paid salary rupees 30,000, we recorded this transaction in the journal as such, just like this. Salary account debit rupees 30,000. Why we give debit to salary account? Because salary is an expense. Debit all loss and expense. To cash account is a real account. Credit what goes out? Cash goes out because we paid salary and cash goes out. But at the time of closing this salary account and transferring its balance to the trading and profit and loss account, because this account is a nominal account, we will have to do a closing entry. At the time of closing this salary account and transferring it to the trading and profit and loss account, what we have to do? We will have to do a closing entry. For that, we will have to do a closing entry. How we will do this closing entry? Earlier, we have given debit to the salary account. Now, in order to close it, we will give credit to it, to salary account. 30,000. That means salary account is closed. And we have to transfer its balance to which account? Trading and profit and loss account. Debit rupees 30,000. That means we transfer the balance of salary to the debit side of trading and profit and loss account. You know that trading and profit and loss account is a nominal account, and on its debit side, it records loss and expenses, which you will be understanding later on in the unit of financial statements. So this time there is no need to worry, but only thing you will have to remember is closing entries are those entries which are done at the time of closing the nominal accounts. To close the nominal accounts, we do closing entries. For example, salary account is a nominal account. We paid salary rupees 30,000 on dash date. whatsoever date, 31st August, 31st March, 1st January, etc., etc. For example, we paid salary 30,000. At that time, we recorded their transaction in the journal, just like this: salary account debit to cash account. But now, in order to close this salary account and transfer its balance to trading profit and loss account, we will have to do what? We will have to do closing entry. In order to do the closing entry, we will have to close this salary account. To close this salary account, earlier when we recorded this salary account in the journal, we gave debit to it, or in the ledger we gave debit to it. Now in order to close it, we will have to give it as opposite so that the account is closed. Just remember a thing, that whenever we have to close these nominal accounts, whenever we close the nominal accounts, we will have to see what? We will have to remember which aspect earlier we have followed. In case of the salary, earlier we have given debit to it. Now we will have to close it. When we are going to close it, we will have to give credit to it. When we will give credit to it, it is closed and its balance is transferred to trading and profit and loss account on the debit side. If this is an expense, if this is an income, now this was the example of an expense. If this is an income, if some income is recorded in the journal, for example, rent received rupees 30,000, received rent rupees 30,000. If we record this transaction in the journal, how we will record it? We will record it cash account debit, because we received cash 30,000. Debit, what comes in? Cash comes in. This cash comes in the shape of rent to rent account, and rent account is a nominal account. And this is an income. Credit all gains and incomes to rent account 30,000. Earlier we had recorded this rent account just like this. But when we will have to close this rent account and transfer its balance to the trading and profit and loss account, what we will do? Here we will have to see firstly what earlier we have done to it. We have given credit to this account earlier. This time we will be giving debit to it in order to close it. Rent account debit. Rent account, the closing entry will be rent account debit rupees 30,000 to, and we will transfer its balance to trading and profit and loss account. Trading and profit and loss account 30,000. This is how nominal accounts are closed and their balances are transferred to trading and profit and loss account. And in order to close the nominal accounts, what we will have to do? We do the closing entries. This was the concept of closing entry.